Hi, also, I got on here yesterday. I put a post. The TI said, and I just wanted to make like a video comment on it um, because because it's necessary. He said that churches are businesses, and a lot of people are just in it to control people. And I can understand the resistance. Being a Christian, the majority of my life, I do understand the resistance to want to believe that. But in my experience, he's not far off from the truth. There are so many things that have happened over the years that have solidified my idea that that is true. I know that there are some churches and there's some uh, pastors that are totally committed to the gospel and trying to spread love and look out for people like they're supposed to and use their gifts and their talents wisely and all that. I do believe. I've seen them. I know that they exist. But on a holistic level, there are way more people than it should be that's capitalizing on the idea that some people feel like that they have to go through the church or they have to go through the pastor to get to the Father, and I don't believe that. I believe that each and every person can have their own relationship with God, and you don't have to go through the church, and you don't have to go through a pastor in order to have that, and you need to have that. It's good to have people that come together at the church, and you be with people that are like mind and like spirit and things like that of you that you have and that you believe in. But if you don't do that, that is not like Xing you out from God. And religion to me and your relationship with God is two different things. Like, I don't have to be a part of a religion to have a relationship with God. And I think some people try to make people feel so bad about some of the things that they do in life and make them feel like that they cannot have a relationship with God unless they're connected with a religion, or they're connected with a specific church, or they have a relationship with a pastor. And some pastors are just in it for the money. Some people got a really good mouthpiece, and that's all they really have. They understand how much you can prey on people's emotions when they want something and need something and somebody to believe in. Excuse me, baby. So I'm not gonna be too much longer, but I do believe that yes, there's the church can, as a whole, can do so much better. When my dad passed away, for example, talking about business, when he passed away, he had been paying for years on a life insurance policy for him and my mother while he was a pastor. And 6 months before he passed away, he dropped the policy because it was too expensive. Like, the premiums went up when he retired, which I don't even understand how that makes any sense, because people get paid less, and he was already not getting paid a lot. And he was getting paid less when he retired, so he had to drop it because it was too high. And even though when I called the insurance company after he passed away and talked to them, they're like, oh, well, he's still on the record. You just have to talk to, the conference that have him on the books. And if they send over the paperwork, then we'll push through the claim. And I talked to them, and it's just like, well, no, he had already dropped the policy, which, technically he had dropped the policy. But since we're running this as a business, then that's what it is. He's dropped the policy, and then there's nothing left there. There's nothing to be, to be requested or anything, because this is a business and we're running a business here. This is not like a charity. This is not family or anything like that. So that is just an example. That's one example, and there's plenty of them out there of times when people could treat people like family, but we're running a business here. It's not like, this is not just your family that's looking out for you. It's not. Sometimes it could be like a church family, but that's not always the situation.